Good morning. Welcome to your Sunday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, excitedly awaiting the arrival of all of my practical rebels here. We have an amazing card today, an absolutely amazing card. And I love this deck when it pops up. Sometimes it's long chunks of time in between when we see this deck. Good morning, Mel. Welcome. You are the first one on this morning. Glad you're here. So when this deck is the deck that arrives, it's an auspicious occasion. Good morning, Abigail. And those of you who pop on today know that I believe that you are destined to be here, that there's something in this message that's going to connect with you very strongly. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning to whomever else flew past. Hello, Beth. Welcome. Glad you're all here, gathering the tribe. There is some amazing guidance in this card today, and I think you're going to find it very heartening and very supportive and very helpful. So, what do I want to say about that? Well, I want to talk about a few of the pieces that led to this card, because when I went to bed last night, I was kind of in a place of, okay, I've had enough. I've had enough. I need to take a break, a timeout from all of the energy of what's going on in the world right now. And what led to that was I had watched a video, I believe it's called Alive, and it's about the occupation of Standing Rock and the water protectors trying to keep the river from being destroyed by a pipeline. And you all know that I'm very passionate about Line 5 being decommissioned and removed from the Straits of Mackinac. So watched this, and while it was hard to watch, the cruelty with which some human beings treat other human beings is hard to stomach. But it was a beautiful demonstration of how you don't lower your vibration to match your attacker. You stay in that high vibration as best you can and see things through. So there was that. Then I watched another video last night from one of the people I like to watch when she puts out new stuff, and it was a video on predictions for the next 24 months. To say it was disconcerting is mild, but I totally see why she's saying what she's saying and where she's coming from. The gist of it being that we haven't quite learned what we need to learn well enough yet. We may need to do a couple of tours back through some stuff that isn't overly pleasant. So, and I thought to myself, okay, I need to, again, take a time out and not add more to this. I need time to process this much of it. So there's that. So then out of the ethers comes the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. And this card is speaking so deeply to me, and I'm sure it's going to resonate for the four of you who are on here right now live, and for others who watch this later. But I just am so excited to share this card with you, because I think you're all going to go, and feel that sense of connectedness. And even if you're weary, that sense of, okay, we can do this. We can keep walking forward. Good morning, Diane. I'm so glad you're on. This card is going to be amazing for you as well. So maybe we can discuss it later. So the card itself, it's number 32 in the deck, Ancestral Guardians of Light. So you see this beautiful little girl in the front, and you see her grandparents behind her, of light. Of light. They are of light. So let's take a couple of nice deep breaths just to open ourselves. Good morning, Carolyn. I'm glad you are here just to open ourselves to receive as much of this message as we can soak up the first time through. I firmly believe this is a message some of you will revisit over and over and over. So nice deep breath in. Let it go. Another nice deep breath in. Let it go. Opening yourself to receiving this message. Ancestral guardians of light. All right. I reach for you through endless forms and many different faces so that I can love you, guide you, protect you. I send my love to you through the gentle eyes of your grandparents. I look upon you through the adoring gaze of a child. I provide you with a home and gift you with a body from my own body, as I take the form of Mother Earth. I am your Holy Mother in endless forms, all the better to demonstrate my love for you in endless ways. Is this not already starting out beautiful? Isn't this just amazing? Soak it up. Soak it up. She's talking to you. She's talking to you. I even manifest my will, guidance, and love for you through your connections with others. My love for you is so vast, and as you learn to recognize it, you shall see me reaching for you in every person, every encounter, every circumstance, every event in your life. You have come to this planet at my request to be a bearer of light and a way shower for others. Hear that again. She's talking to you. She's talking to me. All right? You have come to this planet at my request to be a bearer of light and a way shower for others. And because you honor me in taking human form, so too shall I honor you. You are my wild divine child, and I your loving guardian in many forms. I even exist within you. Look within your heart, and there you shall find me. We travel together always. There is no need for you to feel alone. I am always with you, empowering you, honoring you, so that you are able to take this journey of love. And how many of us oftentimes feel like this earth walk is dense and sticky and heavy, and the last way we view it is as a journey of love, right? Good morning, Peggy. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. We are up to my favorite number 8 of you on here, so soak up this beautiful energy. Good morning, Susan. Welcome. Here's the next part that I think is so interesting. Souls travel in groups. Whilst we each have our own unique and wild being and our own individual destiny to fulfill, we also participate and contribute energy towards a group process of evolution. Hear that? Let me read it again. Whilst we each have our own unique and wild being and our own individual destiny to fulfill, we also participate in and contribute energy towards a group process of evolution. If you can't feel the up-leveling that's going on right now, oh my goodness, right? The others in our soul group also bring us energy from their life journeys, spiritual learning, and wisdom. Oh, I missed a line. This is not separate from our own personal journey, but a broader aspect of it. So we're walking our own path. Good morning, Pat. Welcome. Glad you're here. We're walking our own path, but it's part of this collective path also. And I've talked about the dream I had years ago where I was walking on this dirt road, and there's all these people around me walking, and we can see this gigantic mountain ahead of us. And there are people who are running and skipping and people who are barely dragging their way along, and there are some soaring over the top. And periodically someone will reach up a hand, and one of the people soaring over the top will grab that hand and pull that person out of the line and move them way ahead and then drop them back on the path to keep walking. It's a cool dream. It's really a cool dream. And I see it manifesting over and over and over again. That was a dream from years ago. So here it is again. The others in our soul groups also bring us energy from their life journeys, spiritual learning, and wisdom. As each one of the members of the group work on their personal path, each member fuels the process of the group as a whole. So we're just doing our part. At times, certain members shall lead the way, At other times, they will drop back and be led for a time. That reminds me of geese flying in the V. There's one that's a leader. When that one gets tired, it drops back, and another one takes the leader position. And overall, they just keep moving forward. Okay? The positions of leadership and exertion involved shifts in cycles based on what will best work for the group. Those soul groups within which we are growing, loving, and evolving are our true soul families. That may include a biological family in a more traditional sense of the word, or a soul family in the sense of those with whom we feel an unwavering and profound connection, irrespective of whether or not we are connected biologically, whether or not we even met them in person. So there are people who are in our soul group walking this earth at this time whom we haven't even met yet. As our perspective broadens, we will realize that our soul families are ever expanding along with our capacity to love. Yes, soul groups. Soul groups. Put out the tractor beam of invitation to your soul group. Depending on your perspective, you can keep increasing your realization of the circle of influence within which your soul evolves until it encompasses all of humanity, all of life, even beyond life on earth. However expansive we realize our ultimate soul family to be, there will certainly be times when particular soul groups, welcome soul group, glad you're here today, such as family or other human tribes to which we belong, give rise to issues that demand our attention if we are to progress spiritually. So we are working things through together as a group. Our practical rebels, we are working things through together as a group. As each of us moves forward, all of us move forward. An example of this may be an issue in the consciousness of your biological family, a wounding perhaps around survival, or money, sexuality, or spirituality, where beliefs about such matters keep the family locked in a fear-based reality. This group needs to break free from fear to grow and to open to love. This next part was really, I've heard this before, but it was so useful to read it right now. Often, a more advanced soul will incarnate into such a group to help them evolve, and perhaps feel that they are somehow different or a black sheep in the family. Anybody else black sheep? Whilst no soul can force another to grow or is even responsible for the growth of another, every human being has free will, which includes responsibility for deciding if they will receive the help of another or not. Such black sheep souls will hold a light and consciousness, an inner fire of love, so that other members in the family can find their way through the darkness of fear and into love more easily, if they choose. If they so choose. Got it? Yes. Ooh, Mel, that's awesome. I look forward to sharing knowledge and receiving knowledge from my group. And so it is. And so it is. Here's another one. This one hopefully will be as helpful to you, or more so, as it was to me when I read it before presenting it to you. Another example of a soul group creating an opportunity for spiritual growth could be through one of culture. If you are a soul who wants to evolve through contributing healing to a broader group, an entire culture, social class, religious group, or nation, then this can become a sort of human family into which you incarnate with a view of offering assistance and light. One example of this may be through your choice to incarnate into the Western world. Here we are, people. Here we are. Here, understanding of feminine wisdom is still relatively underdeveloped and allows for short-sighted and environmentally damaging decisions to be made by political authorities. Now, I wanted to go back and look and see when this is a 2015 deck. 2015. So she's already talking about the mess that's being made of things. Such choices would not even be considered, let alone acted upon, should there be more wisdom available to those individuals. And again, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. My understanding of politicians is that they are relatively young souls. They're not wisdom leaders. They are relatively young souls. And it's on the political front that they are cutting their teeth. Let's see here. So numerous souls incarnate to bring their wisdom and light to groups in need of spiritual growth. Again, I think it's the people who are educating, guiding the politicians. A Standing Rock, when a group of people gathers together and says, no, amazing things can happen. It can be frustrating, even confounding and exhausting to a human being who sees and knows another way when the community around that individual seems deaf, dumb, and blind to the wisdom being offered. And again, given the reading that this person posted days ago, but I watched it last night, we're going to do more rounds in this rodeo. We haven't quite gotten it yet. That, okay, we've got to up-level beyond this baser thinking, beyond these acts of violence, beyond these choices that are short-sighted, etc., etc. Yet, peace and energy will return to the soul when they remember they chose to incarnate into such dense consciousness because light is most needed where there is darkness, and that one can conquer that darkness far more rapidly and effectively by growing the light rather than dwelling too much upon the nature of the darkness. Again, Mother Teresa was a light worker. If you have an anti-war rally, don't invite me. If you have a pro-peace rally, I will be there. What are you working for? Not what are you working against. Let that go. What are you working for? All right? If you don't like war, then you're working for peace. If you don't like a system of haves and have-nots, us versus them, then you're working for unity. If you don't like deprivation, people having not enough, etc., then you're working for sharing with those who have less. All right? So, I'm going to read that line again because it's so powerful. Yet peace and energy will return to the soul when they remember they chose to incarnate into such dense consciousness. And sometimes I think we go, why the hell did I pick this? What was I thinking? But here we are. Here we are. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing together. Let's hook arms, bolster each other up, and keep walking. All right? We chose to incarnate into such dense consciousness because light is most needed where there is darkness, and that one can conquer that darkness far more rapidly and effectively by growing the light rather than dwelling too much upon the nature of the darkness. So I'll just talk about that with regard to my intentional community plans. If I waste my time talking about too much the homelessness issue and people not having housing and the fastest growing group of people unhomed in my county are seniors, etc., etc. If I spend too much time talking about that, I'm not focusing enough on let's build it and they will come. Let's create something that provides housing for people who are being unhoused right now. Myself included. I mean, I'm here for now, but there will come a point where I'm not needed here anymore. And then I need to find, and what's next? And I have great faith and trust that it will have manifested at that point. All right, moving on. Whilst each and every individual has free will to choose how much they will grow, there are edges of what is available to group endeavors. There are many holy ones upon this earth who are committed to staying here until all of humanity is spiritually liberated. This is the most dramatic example of evolution of the group soul. People who have a genuine desire within their heart to improve quality of life, not only for themselves, but for other beings too, are committed to working at a group soul level. Good morning, Kat. Glad you are here. Welcome. They may do this through healing work or sacred activism and political campaigning, or by contributing to greater human happiness through educational, economic, or medical fields. There is much support for such people from the Divine Mother in her many forms. So there are going to be people who are working within old calcified systems to try to bust up that old energy and create something that moves forward. Some of those old calcified systems are just going to have to crash and burn, and something new will arise. And or something new will arise that runs parallel to it until it makes those old calcified systems obsolete. So we have a lot of options, a lot of opportunities, okay? The Oracle, I'm going to show you the card again, of Ancestral Guardians of Light comes to you with guidance. You are a spiritual leader in your own unique way, helping the flock of humanity. In particular, the groups within which you feel you belong to move forward. There will be times when that feels obvious to you and you will feel strong, energized, and up to the task, when you will be asked to continue with confidence. At other times, you will feel tired and need rest, when you will be asked to drop back to replenish your energy reserves and cruise for a time. So when you're not the lead goose, you're one of the others in the V, so that you are empowered to serve again through leadership when needs be. Guidance also confirms that you are working through issues at this time in your personal path that are by no means just about you. How many of us have that feeling that the energy of yuck that we're working through right now isn't just our yuck, okay? We're holding some of the collective yuck to transform that, to transmute it, to change it in Mother Earth, however we're going to do this thing, okay? And again, we don't always have to know how. We just own, I'm here to do this, all right? The how will be revealed as we go. If you are having dreams with healing themes or that express pain you cannot quite understand or articulate relating to your personal life, or if you are experiencing emotional eruptions and thoughts that don't seem to relate to you personally, then you are tapping into what is happening at a broader level in the soul groups to which you have dedicated your life journey to serve. So know this, you are not crazy. You are not crazy. You are simply working at a broader level. So we need t-shirts. I'm not crazy. I'm just working at a broader level. Love that. In such moments, you can know that you are leading the pack for a time, and the work you are doing through your own consciousness will not only be healing you, but helping to heal the greater soul tribes to which you belong. Know also that this sort of service makes you a stronger and more powerful soul. It is a sort of karmic and spiritual weightlifting, empowering but demanding of rest at times so that you can return even stronger again. I mean, think about when people go to the gym. They don't work their leg muscles every single freaking day. They take a day off and then they do something with their arms, or they do something with their abs, or whatever. They move it around a bit, okay? From learning how to carry and then master and transform that extra responsibility, you will become capable of receiving even more light, love, and divine empowerment, and spiritual growth and wisdom as gifts from the Divine Mother. And if you think about the heavy hitters who've come before us, Nelson Mandela comes to mind. The grace that man had was incredible, given what he had gone through. And there are those people who say, well, yeah, this and that, yeah, that. He was a human being, but he was a divine spiritual being also, as are all of we. All of we? All of us. We. Okay. You are also being guided at a deeper level to not leave formation, so to speak. So you're not dropping out of the V. You may go from being the lead goose to being back-a-ways, but you're still in the V, okay? You're being guided at a deeper level to not leave formation, so to speak. You are meant to be where you are and doing the work you are doing. Sometimes you may just want out. How many of us have said lately, I'm just peopled out. I'm just peopled out. This is saying, hang in there, drop back a bit, do self-care, but stay in formation. It will be as though you have had enough of the issues arising, the wounding of your family or of humanity, and are tired of the same issues arising again, as though history could do nothing but repeat itself forever. When you feel that a part of you is screaming, enough, then this is when you will be guided to change your position in the formation, to let another lead for a time. These are the moments when you need to drop back to take care of your own immediate needs for rest and replenishment, and for cleansing and reconnection to your spirit. So that's the point where I probably do more breath work, or I go for more walks, or I sit in the sun, or I do more journaling. Whatever it is, that's the drop back a bit, rest, take care of yourself. Someone else will lead for a while. Trust that that happens. And then we don't have to be the be all and end all. We're one of the soul group. We're one of many. You can take all the time you need to replenish, but your guidance is that you are not to turn your back on what really matters to you. You are tired, but you shall repair. Restore and rally again when the time is right. The oracle brings an additional message. You have those that love you in the spirit world who have the greatest of experiences to draw upon and share with you. Ask. Okay, ancestors, what do I need to know? What can you offer me? Can you show me a vision? Can you plant a seed? Help me out here. Invite them in. They could be relatives and spiritual teachers who have left their bodies but remain connected to humanity out of the conscious choice to serve from the inner planes, or the divine ones who are masters of unconditional love and have walked this human path before. If you feel that you have hit a point in your path where you don't really know how to proceed, this oracle comes to you with reassurance. There are others who are guiding the formation at this time and will lead you forwards. You don't have to know how. You just need to keep going at a pace comfortable for you. When the time is right to surge ahead and lead again, it will happen naturally without you thinking. This is how you change positions in the hierarchy of the group over time. It just happens naturally. To honor the wisdom of this oracle, you must remember to take care of yourself and honor your individual journey, even when part of that journey relates to the soul families or groups within which you are traveling, learning, and growing this lifetime. This is especially so when the group wounds you are working through are not acknowledged by the group. There are many right now who are walking around blind who don't realize how big an up-leveling we are doing as a group, right? Such as a family that denies the truth you are experiencing through your inner work because they cannot summon the consciousness to take responsibility for their part in the matter. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'm glad, yes, you need to hear this. I need to hear this. We all need to hear this. During such times, you need to trust that you are not making things up or going crazy. You are working at a collective level because you as an individual are expansive and stable enough to help process collective issues and bring more light, compassion, and resolution to the matters at hand. And there are others who are not there. So allow them to be where they're at, love them where they're at, and you keep doing your thing. The Divine Mother wishes to acknowledge for you, and it is acknowledgement that you are most worthy of, beloved. Good morning, Jobel. Glad you're here. For all that you do and have done in service to love. She wishes to empower you with assistance in many ways to continue the good work you are expressing through your own personal journey that benefit others far more profoundly than you even realize. So as you're doing your thing, even if you feel like all I'm doing is working on me, others are observing. Others are feeling the energetic shift. Others are benefiting from what you are doing. You are a part of a team of helpers working in loving service to humanity, and you are asked to remember to call for their loving help in all ways. You do not walk alone. You do not walk alone. We are a group. We are a collective. We are a soul group. Healing process. Open your arms wide in front of you in a V shape, fanning out slightly. So just put your arms out in front of you, making a V. Imagine, feel, perceive a light streaming from the center of your heart along each of your arms and pouring out of the ends of your fingertips, fanning out as far and wide as you can possibly imagine. So just do that. Close your eyes, arms out in front of you in a V. Imagine the energy streaming from your heart. And again, it's not your energy. It's moving through you. All right? You're the vehicle through which this energy moves out across the earth plane, across the universe. Then imagine behind you a warm, vibrant sun, sending love in through the back of your heart. Feel that warmth coming in through the back of your heart, making the energy that is running from your own heart and out of your hands even stronger. So you are channeling that energy through. You're sending it forth. So I want you to imagine we have 10 people plus me on here today. All 10 of you are sending out this energy. I want you to see, some of you live kind of close to each other. I've got my friends in Canada. I got my friends in the southern United States. Our energies eventually overlap each other, right? So we're adding that energy from behind, the universal energy. We're sending that out. Our V's of energy are ever expanding. The 10, 11 of us overlap our energies. There are others out there who are doing their own energy work, not connected with what we're doing, but connected with what we're doing, right? When you are ready, lower your arms to a comfortable position and say this invocation. So I'll say it, I'll pause, you can repeat it, hopefully out loud. Hear it resonate, okay? If silently, that's fine too, but hopefully out loud. I call upon the loving grace of Kuan Yin and the unconditional love and wisdom of my ancestral guardians of light. I ask for blessings of leadership and of wisdom. I ask for the courage to take rest when it is needed, and for the wisdom to understand the part that I play in the greater group process. I ask for the respect I need to acknowledge the importance of my own journey and the compassion I need to respect the journey of others, even if I don't always understand the choices others make. I give thanks for the spiritual guidance being offered to me now. And I ask for the discernment to be able to recognize when a wisdom greater than my own is guiding me. I thankfully now receive the gift of being held by my soul group and being empowered by its greater healing process, of which my own path is a part. I give thanks for the gift of my soul connections that work in tandem with me to bring about a more loving reality that is awake upon Mother Earth for all humanity. I humbly thank you for the gift of spiritual leadership, and I ask that I serve with humility, confidence, and trust in love. May my intentions and actions be pure through the protection of Kuan Yin. Through divine grace and my own free will, so be it. Bow your head to your hands in prayer position for a moment and relax there for several breaths. Breathing in through the nose out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Sense the peace within you that is always there, even underneath the most intense dramas or suffering. You have finished your healing process. So I'll show you the card again. Ancestral Guardians of Light. Pretty powerful reading, huh? Whole lot of very amazing stuff in there. You may want to go back and listen again and again and again, because there's so much in there and it's so relevant for our time right now. I am so grateful for this particular card because it hits the spot. It hits the spot. So, wishing you all an awesome Sunday. Take some time to just be, to refill your tanks. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.